Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of the MD Investor, the channel where we talk about personal finance, increasing our financial IQ so we can break the cycle of generational poverty. We're giving tips and tricks for all the information we never got in school, never got from anywhere, but we're gonna get them here. On YouTube, it's MD Investor, on Instagram, MD Investor 1, so let's get right into it. Definitely subscribe and let other people know about the channel. So, advice I would give myself in my mid-20s. Right? So advice I would give myself in my mid-20s. Like I said, I wish I knew then what I knew now. We all say that, right? So advice I would give myself in my mid-20s. And so this can go out to you if you're in that situation, to your children, if you want to kind of give them a fast track on financial matters, your friends, any young people in your life that you're trying to give them a leg up. Number one, and I know we're all in different situations, right? You know, there are people in their 20s who are working. There are people in their 20s who are in college. There are people in their 20s who have children. There are people in their 20s who are married. There are people in their 20s who are not married and don't have children. So we're all in different situations. But in general, number one, get a job. It seems crazy, but get a job, right? There are people in their 20s who went to college and maybe they graduated at 22, 23, and so they've been in the workforce for 2-3 years. There are people in their mid-20s who did not go to college but have been working for several years. There are people in their 20s who are living on their own. There are people in their 20s who are living with mom and dad, okay? But get a job. And why is that important? It's important because we say that your income is your greatest wealth building tool. Let's repeat that. Your income is your greatest wealth building tool because it's from your income, your salary, that you're going to be able to get the funds to do all the financial stuff necessary, all the investments and all these stuff and this compounding. You need money. So get a job. Don't just be lazy and laying on the couch and playing video games all the time and wasting your good years. So get a job. And if you so happen to be in a situation where you are living at home and with mom and dad and they're supporting you, that's a great opportunity because most likely you're not going to be funding your lifestyle 100%. What does that mean? Maybe you help out with groceries and you give a fraction of rent and so on, but you're probably not going to be footing the whole bill as if you were on your own. So use this opportunity if you are living at home with mom and dad to save some of your money. Don't just waste it all. So that's number one advice I'd give to myself and young people coming out and starting in the real world. Get a job, okay? I mean, especially in the time we're in now, where everywhere you go, it's help wanted sign, right? They're increasing the hourly rate. I mean, they can't find people to work. Go get a job. You're young, you're strong. Get another job, okay? But not to waste the money, but just to be able to have funds to do some of the other stuff we're going to talk about. So get a job. Don't be lazy. Number two, live below your means. In your early 20s is a time where you feel a little free. Finally, you're out from under mom and dad's roof. You're finished college. You're free. You're finally an adult. Nobody can tell you what to do. Therefore, you're going to get stupid. We're going to buy the most expensive clothes, handbags, shoes, cars, vacation. We're just gonna blow our check. We get paid on Friday, and by who knows, Monday, we're like, oh man, I'm finished it all. So live below your means. It's difficult, right? When you know you have the ability to buy more, but you are buying different things, right? I did a video before where we said buy assets, not liabilities. So live below your means. If you can do this at a young age, your older self will thank you very much. Number 3, in your early 20s. Invest in your 401k. So that goes back to number one. You have a real job. Most likely with a real job, you're going to have real benefits. And one of the benefits is going to be a 401k, which is an employer-sponsored retirement. So your employer is incentivizing you to contribute to your retirement. A lot of times there'll be a match attached to it. So they may say, we are going to match you dollar for dollar up to, say, the first 3-4% of your salary. What that means is, if you contribute 3%, they're going to contribute 3%, right? Say you're making $50,000 a year. 3% is going to be $1,500. You put $1,500 out, they'll put $1,500. But if you don't put that $1,500 because you want to buy extra jewelry and watch and stuff, then they will not put that $1,500. So it's money that's there only if you contribute. So in your early 20s, invest in your 401k to at least get the match. Now let me add this. A lot of times, because it is a employer-sponsored plan, there's going to be some limitations to what you have available to you in terms of investing. So there may be funds and different options there that may not be the best. They may have a high expense ratio. They may be actively managed and so on. But something is better than nothing. You're going to call up the human resource department and you're going to say, okay, what's available? You're going to get the number, you're going to get the website, you're going to log on and see the options available. Anything with an index is probably going to be your best bet. It's going to be a lower expense ratio, meaning cheaper, and you can get a better return. So you may see something that says blah, 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 S&P 500 index. You may want to take that, or total stock market index, okay? So you have to do a little work there, but call up HR, read the portion of your benefit that says, if you're an employer-sponsored match. A lot of times in the early 20s, a lot of people say, I've been doing this all, I've been under my parents' roof, or I've been studying in college, and I want to get all my money. I don't want to save any, as if you're saving for somebody else. You're saving for yourself. This is not for somebody. You're saving for yourself, okay? And if you do take all the money and say, I'll do it later, what you're doing is you're going to mess your future self up. Because that money that you're not investing, you will not be able to show what you did with it in 10 years. They say, oh yeah, that extra $1,500 that you were taking from each check, what did you do with it? Yeah, exactly. You blew it. You blew it at the bar, you blew it here, you took the gate, you blew it. So number 3, invest in your 401k to at least get the employer match. That's free money you don't want to give up. Number 4, open a Roth IRA. I love the Roth IRA. The Roth IRA basically stands for Individual Retirement Account. It differs from the traditional IRA. The traditional IRA is basically it's pre-tax. So you contribute, X amount of dollars, and then on your taxes they'll deduct that from your salary to tax you on a lower amount. It's called pre-tax. They'll tax you later on at age 72 when you have to take money out. The Roth IRA, you do the same thing. There's a $6,000 maximum contribution if you're under 50 years old. So I think we're talking about people in their 20s, so they're under 50. That you can contribute per year. You can contribute to the Roth if your income, if you're a single person, is less than $125,000. If you're married, you can still contribute, but the combined income of you and your spouse cannot be over, it has to be less than $204,000. So the great thing with the Roth is that even though you're not getting an upfront tax deduction, the money grows tax free. Is that not great or what? The money grows tax free. So when you see $5,000 in your Roth IRA, it's really $5,000. You see $50,000, it's really $50,000. And there's no required minimum distribution as in the traditional. Meaning the traditional, when you get to age 72, you have no choice. The government will force you to start taking money out. We've let that money grow all these years, and now we want our money. With the Roth IRA, since the tax was paid up front, or you didn't get a tax deduction, that money, the tax was taken before, that money will now grow tax-free forever. Tax-free forever. So there is no R&D or required minimum distribution. When it comes to investing, you have the amount of money you're putting in, and then you have the time the money is invested. Which one has the greater impact? And the greater impact is time. That's why this video is for people in their 20s, your son, your daughter, your friend, and so on. They will have decades of compounding and compounding and compounding. And if it's in a Roth IRA, it's going to be tax-free. Number 5 advice I give to people in their 20s. Open a non-traditional brokerage account, right? So we said for the Roth IRA, you have a $6,000 per year maximum, right? And let me add that you have until tax filing date of the following year. So for 2022, you can contribute to a Roth IRA. You have until, I think, April 17th. I think April 17th, which is tax filing date of 2023, okay? Now, a non-traditional brokerage. So what if you want to invest more than $6,000, right? So you're 25, you're in your early 20s, you contribute $6,000, you're like, this is a great idea. I like it, thank you, MD investor. But I have some extra money that I'd like to invest for my future that has nothing to do with retirement, right? What can I do with it? That's where your non-retirement brokerage account comes in. It can be with the same company that your Roth is in, so it could be Vanguard, it could be Schwab, Fidelity, M1, any of them. It's going to be a non-retirement brokerage account where you can invest. It could be in the same thing. Okay? So that's something you want to do in your early 20s. Don't put all of your money in your savings account. Number 6 thing that I'll tell my people in their early 20s starting out. I would say automate your investments. Automate your investment. Things that are automatic, trust me, they make your life so much easier. So you have made a decision. You know, it's wonderful, it's a great idea, I want to do it. But inevitably, every month, right, you said, okay, I want to do $500 a month. Every month, you're going to have to make that decision again. Okay, so this is me. Do I have $500 this month? No, we have that credit card bill, we have this, and something will always replace your future investment. Why? Because it doesn't seem as urgent. You're investing for an unseen future, as opposed to the light bill is due right now, the cable bill is due right now, the car note is due right now, so it does not seem as urgent. But if you do it instead of automatic, what will happen is the money will be taken out automatically on that day that you schedule it, and then what remains, you will now have to adjust your behavior. You will have to adjust your behavior, okay? So you can't pay your bills in your 20s and think everything will be okay. You gotta pay yourself first, right? So automate your investment. And number 7, I'll tell to my people in their early 20s, is to invest in a broad-based index fund, right? We're not investment specialists, we're not certified financial planners, we're not accountants, but we do know certain things, right? Paul Bogle, who was the creator of Vanguard, said, for the average person, a broad-based index fund is the way to go. Warren Buffett said it, Paul Bogle said it, all of the personal finance people said it. Susan Orman, they all say index funds, because you're buying the entire market. You don't have to go and individually research individual companies. Should I buy Apple? Should I buy Google? Should I buy Home Depot? Should I look at all these earnings reports and all these conference calls and all these all these I think they call it like a K1, I believe, report. No, I'll buy the entire market. The market is up 15%, I'm up 15%. The market is down 12%, like now in 2022, I'm down, but I'm gonna use it as a buying opportunity and keep dollar cost averaging, which just means I put the same amount of money to the market on a regular interval, $500 every month, $100 every month. When the market is high, I get fewer shares. But when the market is low, like now, I get more shares. I just keep doing it. Automatic. And that's gonna be the best thing for you to do, right? I'm gonna give you a couple of things to look at. So I said broad-based index funds, right? S&P 500 index fund, perfect. You want to go with Vanguard? You can. I'm with Vanguard, but you can use other things. Vanguard, S&P 500 index fund, ticker VFIAX. The expense ratio, 0.04%, which means for every $1,000 you're investing in this S&P 500 from Vanguard, you are paying 40 cents. That's the expense they're taking. So you invest $1,000, they're taking 40 cents, which is very good. I mean, most of the money is being invested. When you put money into an actively managed fund, where you have an actual person picking and trying to pick winners, your expense ratio is going to be much higher, and it's going to eat away at your returns. In the short run, it may seem, what's the big deal? It's only 2-3%. Over 20, 30, 40 years, you're going to realize your return is going to be a lot less. S&P 500, Fidelity. You're going to go to Fidelity? FXAIX. That's the ticker. Expense ratio, 0.015. Even lower than Vanguard. So for every $1,000 that you invest, 15 cents will go to fees. You want to go with Schwab S&P 500 Index, SWPPX. Expense ratio, 0.020, 20 cents for every $1,000 you have invested. You want the total market index, which means there's about probably 3,000-4,000 companies. So not just the 500 biggest, like the S&P 500, but all the ones that are out of the 500, like they're smaller than that, right? Vanguard, VTSAX, total stock market. Expense ratio, 0.04. So 40 cents in fees for every $1,000 invested. You like Fidelity? You want a Fidelity total stock market? Your ticker is S as in Sam, KAX. Expense ratio, 0.01, which means you pay 10 cents for every $1,000 that's invested. You like Schwab total market index, SWTS as in Sam, X. Expense ratio, 0.030% or 30 cents for every $1,000 invested. Because people I used to always hear people say stuff like, you want to invest early, but they never told me invest in what. So that's why I gave you these examples. And there's others. You can just go to Google and put in S&P 500 index fund, and you'll see a whole bunch of others. Total index fund, total market index fund, and you'll see a whole bunch of them. I just gave you these because these are some of the bigger companies out there. Okay, so for your 20-something, right? You're 21, you're 22, you just out of college, or you didn't go to college, but you're in your job, you have benefits. Some things you want to do. We're going to review. Get a job, because we said that your income is your greatest wealth building tool. Number 2, live below your means, right? So you don't have to buy the most expensive car. You don't have to lease a car. Maybe you could buy a car that's maybe 3-4 years old, and you can buy it in cash maybe. And a car payment that you would have had, maybe now you can just use it to invest in the S&P 500. Number 3, invest in your 401k to at least get the match. You're going to call the human resource. You're going to see what the funds available. You're going to see if there's a match, because they said if you don't invest, that's money you're leaving on the table, right? Because they will match you only if you invest. Number 4, open a Roth IRA. Within a Roth IRA is after-tax money. Under 50 years old, you can invest up to $6,000. You can do it all at once, or you can make it $500 a month. They usually raise it every year, I believe. So that money is going to be there for your future every year. 2022, you put $6,000 in. 2023, you put another $6,000 in. 2024, you keep going. You keep every year, automatic. That's a way of paying yourself first, right? And you said this money is gonna be tax-free. It's gonna grow tax-free. No required minimum distribution. You will not be forced to pull this money out at 72, and this can easily make you a millionaire. Trust me, if you invest in like a index fund, like an S&P 500 or a total market index fund. Number 5, open a non-retirement brokerage account, right? You put your $6,000 in your Roth, but you said, I got some more money. What can I do with it? I don't want to put it in a savings account. Put it in a non-retirement brokerage account. You can pick any of the big brokerage houses. Fidelity, Vanguard, what have you. Number 6, automate your investments. Because we know we are creatures of habit, right? And every month we have to decide, can I do it this month or next month will be better. There will always be a reason, always be an excuse. Something will always take priority over you. What's more important, the cable or your retirement? Of course I gotta pay the cable. I can't not have cable. What's more important, pay the light bill or my future? Of course pay the light bill. And you will realize you will always be the last. Okay? So make it automatic and then adjust your behavior to live on the rest. Number 6, invest in a broad-based index fund, such as S&P 500 index fund or total market index fund. Vanguard had the VFIAX, which is their S&P 500. Fidelity had the FXAIX, which is their S&P 500 index. Schwab had the SWPPX, which is their S&P 500 index fund. Vanguard, you want total market, go the VTSAX. Fidelity, you want the total market, FSKAX. Schwab, you want the total market, SWTSX. This is a roadmap for my people in the 20s. You want a prescription? That's your prescription for being a millionaire. Okay? So this is the MD Investor, where we do videos like this several times a week so we can increase our financial IQ and finally break the cycle of generational poverty. Don't forget to subscribe. It's MD Investor on YouTube and MD Investor 1 on Instagram. Until next time, continue to command your money to grow, and I will see you on the next one.